Hey everyone, it's me, Little Frenchie, and we're gonna do this wreath today. A really nice, quick, easy video, about 10 minutes or so. And if you want to make some Christmas cards, this would be a great one to do and try for watercolor. Pretty simple with the colorless. I mostly use my Hooker's green, a dark one. This is Cotman. Eventually, I'm gonna move to a different brand, French Ultramarine blue, but you can really use any blue. And then I use Quinacridone Rose and new Gamboge, all in Daniel Smith, but just use whatever color that you have. And if you want to make your green, yellow and blue is how you make green. And then remember with these black lines, you're going to need to do a brown and a blue, mix it to make a good black. That's how you make it. And the two brushes that I used for this video is a round number 4, and then I did a rigger number 3. So you see how long this one is compared. If you could see that, see how long it is. It helps you get nice fine lines, and it's pretty fun to use. So I hope you try out this painting. If you like it, give me an advice on how to switch it. That'd be great. And thumbs up's always great. And make sure you click and subscribe to my page. Happy painting, everyone. Bye.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hey everybody, I'm gonna show you today how to make like a Christmas wreath with some bulbs on it. I've tried on 2 different types of paper. As you can see, or I don't know if you could see, but I wrote on there, didn't like it, try to lift it, and the paper, I'm gonna use this cheaper paper just because it's good for not soaking, but just doing regular painting instead of using my really high quality, because we're not gonna be much soaking with this painting today. So I'm going to start off by making a circle in the middle of my piece of paper here. And so I have this cap for my little water container, but you can use a glass or whatever you'd like. And I use it as a guide for a circle because honestly, I suck at drawing circles. I'm not very good at it. So I'm just gonna make a really simple circle as my guideline to make my wreath. And then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use two brushes today. I'm using my round number 4, and I'm just gonna do, I've done different greens, and I like just using one green for my wreath, and I'm going to use my my green right here, and we're gonna go in and we're gonna start with the broadleaves. And as you can see, I didn't even tape this down because sometimes it's easier when you turn it to do something like this. So I'm just gonna do basically kind of like an almond shape. And I'm just going to go around, going back and forth on each side of the circle here. And so as you're going through, just make sure there's some space that we could put the evergreen branches on and the holly. And just go through, back and forth. And I'm making these little almond shaped sort of leaves. Really simple, really easy, but it's really effective when you're done with your painting here. I'm just going through. And you can see my first one lacks paint, so just add a little bit more while it's still wet. And watercolors tend to dry a little bit lighter. Sometimes you might have to go in and do some more color, and you see really simple, really easy to do. Now I'm gonna go in and take, and it's called a rigger brush. You can see here, rigger size 3. It's really long and it's great for making lines, as you see like over here. I'm gonna take this brush and use the same color, and you can really essentially use any color that you feel like when you're doing this painting. Any type of green that you like, you can make your own green or use a pre-made green. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in between all of these. This one probably is going to need 2, and then to do one line, and you see how nice it makes a really fine line, and go through and And I'm going to do that throughout the whole painting and go back and forth on each side and just do some, so I do a line and almost like little arrows on it. And just go through and do your lines. And they're all going to go in the same direction because a wreath that goes in a bunch of different directions isn't quite as pleasing to your eye. And so I'm going on this side. And they don't have to be exact. You can curve them a little just as long as they're kind of being going the same way. And when I worked at my last job, we actually had wreath making that my job would pay for us to do during our work, and it was a lot of fun. The first year I was pretty terrible at it. The second year I got a little bit better, but I'm gone from that job, so I can't do it as much. But it was pretty fun, and we did it with all like live branches and all sorts of different leaves and evergreens. Let's see now. You might mess up on a evergreen branch here, and that's totally okay. It's not going to be like the end of your painting, and when you're done, nobody's really going to notice like that one branch looking all kind of funny. As you can see, I keep going in and just dipping my paint in there. And this is why I didn't tape it down, is because for me it's easier to turn it while I'm painting this painting. And I didn't want to tape it, and because we're not getting it so wet, and we're just doing a little paint here and there on the paper, it's not going to curl as if you were to do it like get the whole piece of paper wet. So it's okay. I usually tape down when you're doing a lot of paint on the paper because it can curl, and it's easier when you're recording a video to make sure your paper is not curling. Now this paper, and I'll tell you what kind it is later on, it's like a cheaper paper. It's a Strathmore Vision watercolor paper. I got it because it was like 140 pounds, and it was actually quite cheap. And you know what? It is what you pay for. It's not, I got a lot of sheets. I'm going to say it was been pretty difficult working with. I found that just doing pieces like this are a lot easier to do because you're not doing layer upon layer of paint. When you're doing layer upon layer of paint on paper, you're going to want to get a quality paper that you can put 3, 4, 5 layers on, and it's not going to curl or buckle or peel. This one, you can't even do like more than like 3 layers on it, and you don't definitely want to do the whole paper because it's going to peel, and you can't lift with this at all. A lot of watercoloring requires lifting, and this paper is definitely not a good paper if you're looking to do some lifting. Now as you can see, I'm just going through doing a line and doing the little arrows as I go through. Now if you want to do different color leaves, more than welcome to make it your own. If you just like the one color, that's fine. I've done 3 or 4 of them with a different color, added yellow, different greens, and I kind of just like the simplicity of the one green here. I'm going to go through and do a couple more, and then we're done with our actual wreath. Now I'm going to probably give these away as Christmas cards. Look at that one, that was kind of scraggly, kind of like in real life. Sometimes you get a scraggly branch. Just do one more right here. And then I'm going to turn it right side up again because I like it that way. Instead of you can turn it any way you want, but when I drew it on here, you can see that the top up here is not as wide as the space down here. Now you could write Merry Christmas. I tried doing it with paint. I'm not as well as writing with paint. And then when I tried to lift it, that's when the paper started to peel. And so I would practice on another sheet of paper if you want to paint your Merry Christmas on here. Now I'm going to take my red, and you can be any red you want. I'm doing my cool Quinacridone Rose red color. I like it because it's a really cool red. And I'm going to go in here and do like sets of 3. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know how I feel about odd numbers. I feel like when you're painting, everything needs to be odd number if possible. I think it just makes it look better. I might have to hold this. I just go through, and you can see it's bleeding a little bit because it's not quite dry, and that's all right. Gives it some charm. And there we are with the holly berries. It's kind of funny. All right, now here comes, I'm gonna do ornaments, but you can really put anything. I did to try one with some antlers and some leaves and flowers. I didn't like that one as much, and I think it's because I put too much yellow in the leaf color, so I might try that one again later on. But whatever you want to put in the center, I'm gonna be doing something really simple, just 3 bulbs. You know how I feel about my odd numbers. And I'm gonna go in here. Now, if you're nervous, get a dime and trace it out, but this should be just okay. So I'm going to put my 2 on the outside a little bit higher than the center one. And I'm going to do a circle with my paint. And then I'm going to put like a little crescent moon right here to show that it's like shining and bright. And I'm going to add a little bit more color in here. So it's a little bit brighter. And then I'm going to do blue. Do whatever blue. Now, if you don't want to do red, blue, and green ornaments, hey, do whatever color you want. You want to do purple and yellow and orange, or whatever you want. Do the colors that you want that best, you know, fits you and your personality and your style. And I'm going to go in and put another one down here. You can see I do like kind of the half circle. I'm going to do the crescent. And see, even my circles can get messed up. And that's all right, because you can always fix them by making it a little bit larger. And then I'm going to add my blue in here to give it a little bit more color. Rinse off my brush. And I'm going to take the same green because I like that green. I'm going to go in here and do the same thing. I'm trying to make it a little bit smaller over here. My crescent. And put that over here. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take a yellow. You can do any yellow you want. So this is just really like a really quick, easy video. I'm going to do my new Gamboge because everybody knows that's my favorite yellow. It's a warm yellow. I use a cool red and a warm yellow a lot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the top and kind of curve it in here, and then kind of make the top. So curve in, have it kind of, and I don't even have to really touch. You don't have to, or you can let it dry and let it touch. I want this to be a really quick video. Sorry about my voice. I lost it this week. I planned to go karaokeing and then I lost my voice. I think it's the universe telling me your voice sucks when you sing. Please stop. And then I'm going to take a black that I've already pre-made, and remember, if you don't know, the best way to make a black is with blue and brown. It always makes the best blacks. And then I'm going to come in here and take my rigger brush again, and then go up and just do 1 line, 2 lines, and 3. So there you have it, a really easy Christmas card that you can send to your friends. And you know, if you feel like your color's lacking, because like I kind of am right now because I didn't do quite the color I did, you can always take some yellow and add a couple of yellow holly berries here and there, and to give it a little bit more pop and color around and that's kind of what I do. You don't have to do the yellow, but hey, there it is. All right, happy holidays, everyone. Start painting because you know you're gonna have to send out those Christmas cards soon. Happy painting, everyone. Bye.